We spoke about rehabilitation, and now the question is, what is rehabilitation, medical rehabilitation? In the national guidelines of our government, national rehabilitation guidelines, not so recent, they are from about 2000 years. All the problems that a patient have and the way to solve them after a stroke, an injury, and everything is rehabilitation. Rehabilitation means take care of the patient, not only to cure, but taking care of all the patient needs. And you know, the patient needs are a lot, from clinical side to rehabilitation side to social side to working side. Rehabilitation means that the patient we take patient after an early discharge from acute care ward. This is important because it's important for rehabilitation, because if rehabilitation is started in a very early phase, the goals and the results are better. But it's also important for the acute ward because they can discharge patient in an early stage of after their stabilization. So the acute care beds that are often completely busy can be free by this kind of discharge. The discharged patient comes in our facility. We have a stabilized patient because stabilization is the criteria to discharge from acute ward, and the stable patient is treated about 3 to 4 to 5 hours of treatment a day. Treatment is everything: speech, swallowing, standing, walking, independence in the activity of daily living. Everything is focused on the patient, and the patient leads all the program of the group. A rehabilitation project is done the earliest that is possible, and in this rehabilitation project, the goal is to let the patient come back home and come back to work, to his family, and to his social role. Is something that is quite different to the other kind of medicine, because medicine has its own and first goal in stabilization of the patient. Our goal is not only stabilization, but is a return to life. And this is, I think, the most important difference. We want, here in India, we want to build a facility with a level of taking care of the patient that is the same in Europe and in Western countries. This because it's really important to have a skilled facility with skilled people. I have to say a thing that I'm proud to say. I noted that skillness of physiotherapists, nurses, and doctors in India are very high, really very high. What lacks here at this moment is the organization and the way to focus on the patient needs and the way to solve all the problem of a patient. So our duty as a partner of the JV ApoKos, our duty is to teach and to accompany all the Indian people, doctors, physiotherapists, nurses, speech therapists, occupational therapists, everyone, accompany them in better their organization and in taking care of the patient in a proper way. The result, the goal is not only revenue, you know, is important because we are a private company, but it's not the only goal. The goal is quality and self-independent for the patient. This is the most important thing because the patient are really happy and they have a chance to come back to their life, not as before, but safe and self-independent at the maximum that is possible.